Great. So I'm just going to say a quick hello to everyone who's watching this video later, to welcome you all to the class as well. So it's going to be about a 45 minute chair yoga class, and we'll do some mostly chair, but we'll also do some standing stuff. So the most important thing that I want to remind all of you about is I'll be going through the class and I'll be giving out suggestions of what to do and leading through the class and the poses. But if something doesn't work for you, or it's too fast, or it's too many, or I'm lifting my leg too high, or whatever it is, you can change, or you can adapt or slow down any of the exercises that I'm doing, or you can leave it out and just wait until I do the next thing. Yeah, so this is all for you to not feel any pressure at all, and to just hopefully be a class that makes you feel better in 45 minutes, that you feel a bit better in your body. Okay, so yeah, so let's come, if you can set up your phone or your tablet or computer or whatever it is that you're on, so that you can move your chair a little bit away from the screen. And have your hands free. And you're welcome to have your video on or your video off. Really, it's I love seeing you there on the screen, so it's nice for me to see you, but I want you to be comfortable. So if you want your video off, if you prefer it that way, then have your video off. So we're just going to start with our feet flat on the ground and with your hands resting onto your legs. And those of you who know my class know that this is how we usually start. If you want to close your eyes, then it's a good time to close your eyes. If not, you can let your eyes rest on the floor. Oh, there we go. There's Sean. So make yourself as comfortable as you can on your seat, on your chair. And think of preparing your body. Hi, Sean. Let's welcome you to the class. We're just starting right now, so come comfortably sitting down. Close your eyes or let your eyes rest on the floor. And just take a moment as if you're allowing like all of the feathers to settle to the ground, or all of the sand in a sand timer, in an egg timer, to settle down to the base. And that's what I want to think of with our energy inside of our body, letting all of our energy kind of settle. So we're just giving ourselves a moment to do nothing. And then maybe in that place of sitting calmly and sitting still, we start to notice other more subtle things in our body. One of the first things that I usually notice is my breath. And sometimes when I notice my breath and I feel like I need to take a nice big inhale and exhale, helping me to settle even more into this stillness. And then another thing that can help us to sit in this stillness, to sit quietly, is to try to relax any of the muscles in our body that we can relax a bit. So sometimes I like to start with my belly, and I let go of any tension I'm holding in my belly. Sometimes with my shoulders. You can even pick your shoulders up a little bit and then allow them to drop down. Maybe the muscles around my face, I can let the expression on my face relax. And then maybe we can just begin by feeling our feet on the floor, our hands on our legs or in our lap. You feel your seat on the chair. And try to have a sense of the weight of your body, the heavy weight of your body. Simply breathing. And bring your eyes, bring your head forward and down and let your eyes open and let the light come in and feel how that light comes into your body. And let that light kind of come all the way in so you feel it kind of brighten you up from the inside. Let your head come back up and bring one hand on your lower belly and one hand on your upper abdomen. And just notice how you feel your breath. Your hands don't have to push or anything, they're just resting on your belly. And just noticing your inhales and your exhales. And let's take a deeper breath in and letting it go. And do that a few more times. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in and out. Really feel your belly. If you can, relax your belly. Feel how your belly can expand to give your lungs more room. Let's bring our hands like onto the sides a bit of our waist. And see if you can breathe into your hands. Really expand your waist. Try and open your waist with your breath, as if you're sending your breath down there. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. And let's bring one hand in the front and one hand behind. And feel your front and feel your back. And then breathe. And a lot of times there's not much movement behind. That's okay. But just see if you can really connect and maybe send your breath into the back of your body. And again. And keep that feeling of breathing, but let it be more natural. And we're going to switch. One arm behind and one arm in the front. Just like you're giving your waist a little massage. One arm massages the front and one arm massages the back. And now notice how you can easily kind of twist one way and then twist the other. You're kind of twisting to the side of whichever arm is behind you. So kind of enjoy that a little bit. Twisting one way and twisting the other way. And allow your hands to keep kind of gently massaging your waist. Twisting one way. Let your head turn. Twisting the other way. Once more each side. Keep breathing. Twisting one way and twisting the other way. And come back into the center. Good. Bring your arms all the way up and give yourself a nice big breath and feel that you're stretching longer, 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 longer. Through your front, through your back, through your sides, and then come all the way back down with your arms. Great. Rest your hands onto your legs. And we're going to just lean forward so that we stretch our back. And be careful if you have any back issues, be really sensitive. Don't hurt yourself. Only go as far as feels good for you. And go back. And it helps me here to be a little bit away from the chair so I have space to lean back. Lean forward and lean back. Maybe when you lean back, you feel your stomach muscles engage a little bit. That's good, as long as it doesn't hurt. Any kind of squeezing of the muscles sometimes can feel really nice and strengthen things. Lean forward, stretching a bit through the back, and lean back, feeling the stomach muscles helping. Now lean forward Look up and let your back arch a bit and really listen. Doesn't have to be big. Lean back and look down and let your back round a bit. Lean forward and look up, arch your back, lean back and look down, round your back. A few more times like that. Arching your back as you look up and lean forward. Round your back as you lean back and look down. A couple more times. Forward, look up, back, look down. Great. Come all the way back up to sit. Bring your hands so that they're on the side of your head. And bring one elbow down to the floor. And feel how that side of your waist kind of squeezes. Come back up straight. And then bring your other arm down. Your other elbow down towards the floor. And come up. And do this nice and slow. Going from one side to sit up tall. And then to the other side. And breathe if you can. Really enjoy taking a nice breath anytime that it feels good for you. And up. And to one side. And up. Last one, each side. And down. And up. Good. Bring your arms back down. Now just our head. We're going to let one ear go to one shoulder. Try not to lift up your shoulder. Actually, let's do that first. Bring one ear to one shoulder and then lift your shoulder up. And then relax it down and lift your head up. You feel how everything's relaxed. Go to the other side and lift the other shoulder up towards your ear. And then come all the way back and feel how your shoulders are relaxed. Now let's try and do that without the head. So just lift up one shoulder. And then let it relax all the way down. And lift up the other shoulder. And let it relax all the way down. Now we're just going to do the head. Let your head go over to one side. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And come back up and let your head go to the other side. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And come back up. Good. And then just look slowly. Again, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Side to side. Looking over to your right and looking over to your left. Very good. Well done. So we're going to stay facing this direction on the chair. But make sure your feet are flat on the ground out in front of you. So they're flat on the floor so you feel that they're nice, your legs are nice and stable. And then you're just going to come forward and you can leave your hands onto your lap or you can bring your forearms onto your lap or you can go down to your legs or towards your feet and let your head relax all the way down. So you're getting a long stretch through your spine. And then come all the way up. Touch your shoulders. Bring your elbows up and look up. And really lift your elbows and look up. And then bring your elbows down. Bring your hands onto your lap. Let your head go down towards your knees. And either stay there or let your hands travel down and come down more towards the floor. Come all the way back up. Sit up tall. Touch your shoulders. Lift your elbows and look up. Lift, lift. Open up through the front of your body. Come all the way back to sitting up tall. Now we're going to take, we're going to lift up one heel. And you can hold under that thigh. Yeah? So you have two options. The first option is you can then bring your head towards your knee and come back up to sit. The second option is you lift the foot and hold on to the knee, below it or in front of the knee, and you're bringing your head towards your knee and your knee towards your head. The goal is not to touch. If you can touch your head to your knee, fine. If you can't, fine. If We're just going to do that a few times, either with our foot up or our foot down. Sitting up tall and then rounding over. And do that a few times, nice and slow, always making sure to come up tall before you come over. Coming up tall and coming over. And then come all the way back up and switch, either just the heel on the other leg or the foot comes up. And then rounding over and sitting up tall. Keep breathing. See if you can enjoy your breath, feeling your breath within your body. Last one. And then come all the way up to sit. Great. We're just going to do a small twist. So we're going to look over to one side. Look over one side and then hold on to the bottom of the chair or the back of the chair. The other hand comes across. Whichever arm is behind you on the chair, look over that shoulder. And then gently squeeze your stomach muscles so that you're getting this twist from way down low in your belly. And stay there. Take 2 big breaths. And then change sides. Look over the other shoulder. Hold on to the chair anywhere that feels right. Let the other arm come across the legs. Whichever arm is behind you, look over that shoulder. And take 2 big breaths there. And change sides. And breathe 2 big breaths. And change sides last time. 2 big breaths. Very good. And come all the way back around. Come back and around, facing forward. Good. So we're going to do stand to sit. So I'm going to do 15, and I'm going to keep it at quite a clip. You can do fewer, or you can do them slower. I bring my hands here, and this is the most challenging way so that I'm not using my hands to help me on the chair. But if you need help getting up and down from the chair, then use your hands. Here we go. And don't forget to breathe. So we're coming all the way up to stand and then gently down to sit. So that's 1. I'm going to count to 15. And if you like that challenge, that's 3. Then use the challenge. If you need your own challenge that's different than this, I think that's 5. Then set yourself your own goals. Take breaks whenever you need to. That's 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. And 11. Breathe, 12. 13. 14. And 15. And if you can, stay up on the last one. Good. We're just going to let our arms drop down next to our sides. Open your legs up so they're a little bit wider apart. Good. And we're going to open our arms out like big wings out to the sides. Open your arms all the way up. Take a nice big breath and just find a big stretch. Look up and see if you can reach up for the ceiling. So you're really stretching longer. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Once more. Breathe in, breathe out, and then slowly bring your arms down. And let your arms relax down. Very good. Great. So we're going to come behind the chair. So in one of the classes that I taught on Monday, someone in their home, they didn't really have a suitable chair, so they were using a stool. And then when I did stuff behind the chair, they were a bit stuck for what to do. And we noticed that they had a counter. So, so then they were starting to use the counter instead. So that is something. You just need something that you can kind of use to help you balance. You could even use a wall, to be honest. Just be careful with yourself. So we're just gonna come in front of the chair to begin with. And we're just gonna rest our fingers. So be careful with the chair, never push it down. You always want to think slightly that it's there to help you, but never to, don't trust it with your full weight. So we're gonna start so that we're just resting our hands, and one leg is gonna go behind us. Both feet are flat. Both toes are facing forward. Try not to let the toes turn out. Both toes facing forward. Then we're gonna bend the front knee and keep the back leg straight so we feel a stretch through the back calf. And push that back heel down and feel that stretch. Front knee bends, back leg straightens, and push that back heel down into the ground and straighten it. And breathe there. And you can stay here for a couple of breaths, or you can come kind of in and out of it. Sometimes it's kind of an uncomfortable stretch. So like it's nice to just touch it and then come out of it so you're not staying in it. Some people like to stay there the whole time. I've been walking a lot lately, so it feels like a really good stretch for my calves to stay into it. And then we'll switch legs. And the same thing, step together. Switch the leg that goes behind you. Make sure both toes are pointing forward. And then bend the front knee and push the back heel down into the floor. Try and straighten the leg and push that back heel down into the floor. And you can stay there, or you can come in and out of it. So you can straighten and bend that front leg. Just take another breath. And then step all the way back in. Good. So we're still behind the chair. Let's see what's the best way for me to face. We're going to bring our feet together. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift one heel, but keep the toes down. So that you're getting, so this works best, to be honest, without shoes on. So you're getting a stretch through your toes and then place it down. And do the same with the other one. Lift the heel, but keep the toes on the ground. So it's that like the ball of your foot is getting that stretch. And just do that a couple more times, switching feet. You can even try to kind of wiggle your toes a little bit and spread your toes. Great. Great. So now we're going to step a little bit back away from the chair. Open your feet again so they're hip width apart. And we're going to keep our feet flat on the floor and push and bend over. And as you bend over, your bum goes back. Not hugely back, but just back so that you feel that your weight is still on your heels and you're not leaning forward. Touch the chair and feel more that you're pushing the chair forward. It doesn't have to push, but have that sense that you're pushing the chair forward as you're pushing your hips back. Be careful if you have any lower back pain. Be really careful and sensitive to this. You might not want to go very far forward at all. You can bend your knees a little bit. You can let your head relax forward. You can go forward as far as feels good for you. Just be sensitive, like if you've got any back issues or you haven't stretched in a while, don't overstretch too much, because sometimes then you can kind of whack something out of place. So just be careful. And try and breathe there. To come up, you're going to bend your knees, step into the chair, and then come up. Great. So we're going to step back from the chair again, just back so you can't quite reach it. One foot is going to stay where it is, and the other foot is going to step back even further. And then we're going to bend and straighten the leg that's pointing at the chair. Now this time, while you're doing it, the foot that's behind you, the toes don't have to be facing the same way. The toes can turn out so it feels more stable, more natural. And you're bending and straightening this front leg. I don't care which one it is, don't worry about it, because we're just going to switch and do the other one anyway. Thank goodness we only have 2 legs, not 3, otherwise I'd get more confused. So we just want to wake up these. Now we can stay there. And we can kind of give taps to those quadricep muscles, those thigh muscles, to kind of wake them up. They're nice stabilizing muscles. We want them to really wake up for us. And then we can float our arms up so that we're kind of letting some air float underneath our arms. We're just going to stay here for a moment. If you have any pain, then you can come out of it. If you just feel like a gentle burning in the muscles, yeah, that's not necessarily so bad if it's not painful. Take another breath and then come all the way back together and switch legs. And again, back leg stays straight and the back toes can turn out a little bit, and the front knee then starts to bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Just getting those thigh muscles to kind of start working. Great. Once more. And then we're going to stay there. Stay there. And use that hand. Give some gentle little wake up feedback to the thigh muscles. And then come all the way up, float your arms up and stay there and take a couple of breaths. Feel how your ribs can really expand, your arms can kind of just float up and spread and lengthen. Let the thigh muscle do its work. And then slowly come back onto 2 feet. Great. So we've got the chair back in front of us again. And we're going to stand with our feet hip width apart facing the chair. And it doesn't really matter where the chair is, don't worry, we don't really need it to matter just yet. Good. And we're going to reach one arm up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. And keep reaching it up and think about that side stretching longer as if you're trying to reach the ceiling. Go, go, go. And feel how your arm stretches, your waist stretches, your hip stretches, even your leg. Maybe you can feel it down towards your knee. Keep going, keep breathing, and then change. And do the same with the other one. Stretch it, stretch it. Feel the arm, feel the waist, everything grow longer. Slowly let your head relax toward the other side. Take a nice big breath. Let's do it again. Stretching up, switch arms. Go, 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 go. Breathe. And last one. Change arms. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Go, go, go. Take a nice big breath. And come all the way back down. Very good. Open your legs now. I don't care. I'm not using a chair right now, but it's there if you need it. Open your legs now so they're a bit wider than hip width apart. Good. And we're just going to make some hip circles. So take a moment first to find your hips. And your legs can stay nice and straight for this. Sorry, I have a slippy floor, so I'm going to take off my socks. Your legs can stay nice and straight for this, so you're really just getting into the muscles around the hips and your bum and everything there. And let's do 8 more. And 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go the other way. So find the circle the other way. Very good. And let's do 8 more, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Bring your legs in so that they're back underneath you. And we're just going to bend our knees. Bend and straighten. Nice and slow. Feel how the back of your calves and your ankles are getting a nice stretch there. Bend and straighten those legs. Good. Now we're going to bring the legs right next to each other. Bend your legs as deep as you can and reach up either in front of you or up towards the ceiling. So as your knees are bending, your chest and arms are lifting. Drop your hips and lift your chest. Take a nice big breath. One more if you can. And then come all the way back up to stand. Good. Now unstick your feet. Just give your legs a little shake. A little shake here, a little shake there, a little shake at the back, a little shake at the front. Great. And we're going to come now so that you're either behind your chair or on the side of it. I don't mind, but just so that you have it for one hand onto the side of one hand. And bring your feet underneath you. And then try to lift one foot and find your balance. Don't put anything heavy on yourself about it. Just see, what does it feel like to balance today? And maybe you can hold it up there for a while, or maybe it goes up and you find a balance for a moment and it comes down. Let's switch legs. See if when you find your balance, if you're looking for your balance, see if you can kind of allow your body, other parts of your body to relax, so that we're not trying to find our balance by like tensing and then come back down onto 2 feet. Let's do that one more time. What'll help you as well, one more time on each side, is if you find a spot on the wall or the floor for your eyes to rest on. And if you want to test your balance, you can bring your hand off the chair or to your waist. And maybe try the other foot one last time. And come down onto 2 feet. Bring your legs together. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. Close your eyes for a moment. And notice that little constant adjustment or adjustments that your body's always making for your balance. And again, just like when we were sitting in the chair, try to relax your body, relax any tensions that you can. And just notice those subtle movements your body's making to balance itself all the time. And then let your eyes open, let the light come back in. Okay, and let's come back onto the chair. So we're just going to do a little hip stretch. We're going to do 2 of them, and they're a little bit complicated. So be gentle on yourself if you're not getting it, especially if you're new to this class. It usually takes a couple of times for the more complicated things to make sense. So I'm going to turn to one side of my chair so that I really only feel, whichever side I'm turned to, I only feel that leg and that kind of bum, that side of the bum on the chair. And then my foot is going to be flat in front of me. My other leg is going to go underneath me and the foot's going to go behind me. So I look a little bit like this, like I'm in a lunge a bit. The foot in front of me is flat and the foot behind me, the heel is up. And then hold on to the chair wherever you can to kind of help you feel that you're stable and you're not going to fall off. Sit up through your spine as tall as you can. And this also depends on the chair. Some chairs, it's not very comfortable to do this. So I'm sorry if that's the case. So one foot is flat, the back leg is up, and I'm sitting up tall in my spine and holding on to the chair. Now, I'm going to take this leg behind me, and I'm going to see if I can kind of wiggle it back and stretch it a little bit. So I'm getting more of a stretch through it and still staying up tall in my spine. If you have any back problems, you might not want to straighten it all the way because it sometimes makes the back feel too tense. So you could just go a little bit, just a little bit lengthened. And then the free arm is going to lift up. And I'm going to stretch up as I stretch back. And then I'm going to bring this free arm forward onto my thigh and lean a bit forward. Lean a bit forward. I'm going to do that again. Sit up and reach up. And then I'm going to bring it down. Keep breathing. And I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to come all the way back all the way back up. And now I'm going to reach this arm all the way over my head towards the back of the chair. And I'm going to breathe there. Enjoy that stretch. And then come all the way back up and come back into sit. So I completely understand. There's some of you who have done these stretches before and know what I'm talking about, and there's some of you that haven't. So like take your time. If I'm saying enjoy the stretch and you're like, I don't know what you're on about, then like, you know, try to, you know, it'll come. It's quite complicated, this one. So turn to the other side. And so now you have the other leg on the chair and the other foot is flat. And on this chair, I need to kind of scoot over to one side as well. And then my other knee drops down underneath me and the heel is up and the foot's behind me. I'm holding on to the back of the chair wherever I can hold on to it so I feel stable. And then I'm going to sit up tall in my spine and stretch that leg back only as much as feels good to me. And then the other arm is going to come up. And I'm going to stretch that leg back and stretch the arm up. Stretch up tall. And then I'm going to come forward, bring my hand onto my leg, and let my head come a bit forward. And it might just be a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. I'm going to come back up and reach up. And stretch and reach and lengthen. And then I'm going to come down and lean forward. Last time, come up, stretch and reach. This time, reach up over your head to the back of the chair. And if you push, if you lengthen through that back leg, that might feel like a nice stretch for you. Inhale and exhale. Come all the way back up, come all the way back down, and come all the way back around facing forward. Good. We're just going to do one more little thing, and then we're going to sit quietly for a few moments. So I want you to open your legs a little bit wider apart. Yeah, so you're getting a nice stretch in the through the insides of your thighs. Good. From here, from there, we're just going to sit up tall in our spine and lift our heels. Lift your heels up nice and tall and press them down. And again, lift them up and then press them down. And imagine you're pushing them down into clay or to marshmallows or something. You have to push them down. And now lift them up, high, 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 and push them down as if they're going into clay. One more time, lift them up and then push them down. Push, 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 push. Keep that feeling of your feet really being rooted into the ground. One hand onto one leg and the other arm lifts up. And let your head go over to the side as if you're pouring water out the top of your head. And come all the way back up and change. One hand onto your leg, one arm comes up. And let your head pour out the top and come down. You can keep this with your hand or you can go onto your forearm. Same thing. Head pours over, arm comes up and over, and change. Forearm or hand, whichever one works. Other arm comes up, head pours to the side. Come all the way, once more each side. Down, here or here. And up and over. And last one. Down, and up and over. And coming all the way back. Bring your legs back in together. Now make yourself comfortable on the chair. So now you can sit back towards the chair or however you're comfortable. You can stay forward. Rest your hands onto your legs. Close your eyes and bring your hands onto your eyes. And very gently, just rest your fingers on your eyes. Don't push. Just rest your fingers on your eyes. And allow your eyes to really rest. So you're kind of keeping your eyelids closed, so that way you don't feel any of that fluttering or flickering. And allowing your eyes to rest. Maybe take a couple of deep breaths. And then keeping your eyes closed if you can, let your hands come down to your lap. And we'll just sit still for a few moments, feeling our feet on the floor, feeling our legs, the weight of our legs, the weight of our seat on the chair. Feel your breath in your body. Your arms heavy, head resting. Muscles all around your face, all around your head, soft and smooth. And have a sense, bring your attention up to the top of your head, the crown of your head. And as you're breathing, imagine that your breath reaches all the way up to the inside, the crown of your head, and then just touches it and moves back down. Just have that sense, the breath coming all the way up to touch the smooth crown inside the crown of your head and comes back down. We'll do it twice more, taking a big breath all the way up into the crown of your head and down. And now this time, as you take a breath up into the crown of your head, imagine as your breath comes up there that there's a color that starts to wash down, maybe a yellow or an orange bright color that starts to wash down along the inside of your skull. And allow your breath to be normal here. Allow that color to wash down the inside of your skull. A beautiful orange, bright, yellow, wash down through the inside of your throat, through your inside of your chest and your upper back, the inside of all of your rib cage and your spine and your torso, down through the insides of your arms, down through your legs, washing all the way down through you, into your feet and all the way to your toes. Have this sense that you have this brightness within. And feel that as you breathe in and out through this bright color. And see if you can keep this sense of the inside of you bright and light, breathing in this color. And take your time. Bring your chin to your chest. Let your eyes open. Keep a sense of yourself, a sense of what you're feeling, what you're experiencing in yourself now. And take your time coming back into the space. Let your eyes travel around a bit and see how you sense yourself now, how you're feeling. You can allow your head to move up, your eyes to look around. Maybe notice some things around you that you don't pay attention to. Maybe little parts, grains of wood, or a windowsill or a curtain, just anything that you might notice around you that we take for granted. Colors of paint, photos, the frames of the photos, anything at all. And when you're ready, you can come back up to the screen and we can have a quick check-in together.